The Lord just showed me something so cool. Okay, it's about tithing. And so I think we've been seriously misled as to what tithing is. Let's look at Deuteronomy 14, beginning with verse 22, and find out what tithing really was. It's pretty cool. God says, through Moses is speaking to the people, passing down God's commands. You shall truly tithe all the increase of your grain that the field produces year by year. And you shall eat before the Lord your God in the place where he chooses to make his name abide the tithe of your grain and your new wine and your oil of the firstborn of your herds and your flocks, that you may learn to fear the Lord your God always. So they took the tithe, which is the best of their first fruits, and they, pardon my cat, there's going to be some shakes here and stuff, and she just has to be involved in recordings. But as I was saying, with the tithe and the first fruits and everything that God required them to bring, they were supposed to take it to the place where God designated and eat it themselves, enjoy it themselves before the Lord. It was like a celebration. So let's look and see what else he says. But if the journey is too long for you so that you are not able to carry the tithe, or if the place where the Lord your God chooses to put his name is too far from you, when the Lord your God has blessed you, then you shall exchange it, your tithe, your first fruits, for money. Take the money in your hand and go to the place which the Lord your God chooses with your money, and you shall spend that money for whatever your heart desires, for oxen or sheep, for wine or similar drink, or for whatever your heart desires. You shall eat there before the Lord your God, and you shall rejoice, and you and your household. You shall rejoice, you and your household. You shall not forsake the Levite who is within your gates, for he has no part or inheritance with you. So here, God is telling them to take their first fruits, go to the place where he designates, and eat it before the Lord. And if they can't carry it, that's too heavy or too cumbersome, they can sell it and take the money and go to the place that God chooses and buy whatever their heart desires and eat that before the Lord. So, and rejoice, you and your household, it says, rejoice. This is God's tithe, the tithe to the Lord. He watches us enjoy our increase, the increase he has brought to our life as we partake of it before him, and we rejoice in the increase he has brought to our life. This is incredible. A tithe isn't going to a church and enriching a pastor or supporting a building. That's not a tithe. A tithe isn't something you never see again. A tithe is something you enjoy before the Lord in gratitude and celebration and rejoicing. Now let's look at what else God says. At the end of every third year, you shall bring out the tithe of your produce of that year and store it up within your gates. And the Levite, because he has no portion nor inheritance with you, and the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow who are within your gates. So the stranger, the orphan, the widow who are within your gates may come and eat it and be satisfied. So now here you're sharing, and somebody else gets to enjoy the increase that God brings to your life every third year and rejoice and eat until they are satisfied. That the Lord your God may bless you in all the work of your hand which you do. This is the tithe of the Lord. That's pretty cool. God bless and keep you.